I like writing. I love doing this. And then when I kind of take a look deeper into what it will really take to accomplish this, I read, a bunch of content marketing books. I looked at Mike's new Happy Writer program, and all these things really told me, you know what? Yeah, I can do this. This is really fun. It's exciting. I want to do it.
Hey guys, my name is Delisha Ivins, and I'm here on behalf of Mike Shreve and the No Pants Project. I'm here today with Justin Boyer. Saying that right?
Yep.
Good, sweet, okay. And Justin's going to tell us a little bit about his freelance journey and some of his up moments, some of his down moments, and a little bit in between. So Justin, welcome to the No Pants Show.
Thank you. I'm an honored guest.
Yeah. Are you wearing pants right now?
Shorts, actually. Mike Shreve style shorts.
There you go. Swim trunks would work also. So, Justin, how long have you been in No Pants?
Let's see. I joined in just this past December, so I guess about 6 months or so.
Wow, that's awesome.
I'm an old timer, I guess.
You're just starting to top. You're starting. So tell us a little bit about your superpower, Justin.
All right. So my superpower is writing content and copy for tech companies and information security companies. So it kind of combines my industry experience. I was a software developer for a long time and a security expert for the last couple of years. So kind of joining that with my love of writing and educating to form a superpower that I think is a really nice niche to be in.
Yeah, and I bet, and that's kind of I won't say new, but it seems to be kind of something that seems to be trending a little bit like on the cusp, like the tech industry and the security industry. I've noticed they're kind of being a movement in that direction.
Yep, yeah, I think so, and I think it's it's a way for me to kind of still keep in touch with that industry, with the stuff that I love, but while also doing a little extra stuff. I've dabbled in some basic social media management, and I have a whole kind of service ladder based on building audiences for the tech companies. So I think it's a great way of using my tech experience without having to actually be the one implementing websites, which is, you might be surprised to know it's not as fun as it sounds.
That's not really surprising for me. I know. So how are you enjoying freelancing so far?
There's always pros and cons to everything, but I think the pros definitely outweigh the cons when it comes to freelancing. Mm-hmm. The freedom to choose your projects that you work on, the freedom to choose the people that you want to work with, and above all, I think just having the ability to schedule and control your own time is, for me, that's what I like. Not having to worry. I can sleep in, I can not sleep in, I can know exactly when I work. Right now, I'm scheduling myself to work only 3 days a week, which is pretty awesome, while still making the same money I would at a 40-hour-a-week job.
Yeah, and it's 2:30 on a Friday right now, and you're hanging out talking to me, so that's cool.
Oh yeah, there's worse places to be.
So tell me about some of the goals you have with freelancing. What are you anticipating? What are you working toward?
Yeah, so I was working the normal kind of 9 to 5 job. Mm-hmm. And the main goal is to quit that job, which I actually have been able to put in my 2 weeks notice. I only have 1 week left and I will be done, which is great. My ultimate goal is I want to, have, like I said, I'm working 3 days a week, so I'm spending the other 2 days with my family and with doing some volunteer ministry work. So that, something that kind of gives my life some real purpose.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah. So it's,
I love it.
Yeah. that's what it's all about, being able to kind of look at your life and what are your real priorities and say, I want to fit I want to fit what I do for money around what I really want to do in my life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that's super amazing. And now that you've got some flexibility in your schedule and some flexibility in your time, you're not having to sacrifice income to do things that you want to do and to like serve others and to do volunteer work and stuff and spend time with your family, which is super important. So that's amazing. Good job.
Yeah, because my kids are getting to that age. My daughter is 11, about to go into middle school. I feel like this is the time that, I need to be there for them.
Yeah, you better hold on tight, man.
Yeah.
Big soon.
Yes, I know.
Get out. I have two littles and they're growing too big too quick.
Yeah, tell me about it.
I know. So, let's see, what were you doing? You were doing security before, and you're kind of working out your 1 week notice now. Working for like a 40-hour week, like a tech firm or security industry type job?
It was for a financial company
Okay.
in their IT department.
Okay, cool. So what were some of the struggles you had transitioning from like a 40-hour week job to freelancing? Because obviously you've got your regular schedule and then you're having to like stack making time for MPP and stuff like that on top of that with your family time and other stuff. So can you kind of elaborate on that? Was there any difficulties there, and how did you overcome those?
Yeah, I think definitely there's peaks and valleys on the journey, to be sure. I think it was definitely draining. It was exhausting to basically go to work for my day job during the day and then come home and work for myself, essentially. So nights and weekends, which thankfully my family was supportive of that because they knew that the ultimate goal was to quit. So, but I think there were definitely some points where I hit the trough of despair, so to speak. And, there were struggles where, I would build a lighthouse or Facebook ads that just didn't work, when I had trouble getting clients, and I was just, getting to that point where I'm like, am I actually going to be able to do this?
Mm-hmm.
But I found that when I actually found my superpower, my true superpower, because I started off in one area. I think I would just do consulting or web development work, because it was just kind of, this is what I'm used to. This is what I've always done. Maybe I should just start off doing that for other clients. But now that I've found a real superpower where I'm good at writing, and I also have the industry experience, and that's when I found that, okay, clients really are valuing that superpower of, here's a freelance writer that understands the deep technical details, that if their audience is an audience of software developers, they're going to want to hear those details, and not every freelance writer has that ability. So I think that's when I've really kind of seen the uptick in my freelance business.
And I think that can be hard for a lot of people, and especially if you're just even freelancing on the side, or if you're just trying to do it on your own, or maybe you've got your own freelancing business, or people who are trying to transition out. Like, I know that you kind of start with what you're comfortable with, but the cool thing that I liked about MPP was just the idea of the superpower statement, that you take something, your like maybe a natural ability, like writing, that you might be really good at, which can also be a learned ability, but then you take it with some expertise that you have from another area, and you combine those and you twist them in a way that you're able to offer something that is more individualized to the market. And when you get to that point, that's what makes everything kind of click and cinch, and then it all kind of starts working, which is really amazing to watch. So kudos to you for hitting that level. If I were a video gamer, you'd be like level 99 right now.
Yeah, thanks. I think that's definitely a good point. I think for a long time, I've always known that writing was something that I enjoyed. Mm-hmm. Even when I was doing the software development work, I would be always the one doing all the documentation and building, writing up what all this stuff means. And it kind of was lurking there. The superpower was kind of lurking there the whole time. I just kind of didn't really see it until I started writing for a content agency that specializes for tech companies. I wrote with them for a few months, and that's when I realized, you know what, I actually really like this, and maybe I should pursue this as my freelance business.
Mm-hmm. Your hidden, uncovered superpower. You just have to think a little bit. That's super cool, though. So what about your confidence going in? I mean, you were working a full-time job, you had all this stuff going on, and then you purchase MPP and you get started. How are you feeling going in? Were you like overwhelmed? Were you confident? What was your thought process like when you started digging into the material?
I would say mid-range, right in the middle, just because I had confidence in myself that I would be able to, I'd be able to serve my clients well. I'm a hard worker. I knew that no matter what I chose to do, I would find a way to do it well. The thing is, I had no idea how to really build a freelance business. I was completely clueless. I even purchased a course on how to succeed on Upwork because I assumed that that was the best way to get clients for freelancers.
Mm-hmm.
And the funny thing is that even that training mentioned to, use Upwork to get clients and then get off of it. So it's even the author was like, yeah, you don't want to do that long term. So, that's something that, I think NPP really helped me to understand what does it really mean to build a freelance business and to actually treat it like a business, not just going from gig to gig, from project to project, and always scraping by and always trying to, go to the next project. I think the idea of building long-term relationships with your clients to grow your business over time and actually having a concrete plan to do that, that's what NPP definitely helped me with a lot, to give me that little extra bit of confidence to say, you can say no to the clients you don't want to know and it'll be okay. There's plenty of other clients that will want you. And to have an actual plan of always having more, that client getting faucet, and always having more clients coming to you. And the ability and the confidence to speak to clients like, I'm an expert, I know what I'm talking about. And that's something that is invaluable to me because I'm normally kind of an introvert. I don't like talking to people on the phone or, anything like that. So that was a big change for me to be able to say, you know what, yeah, let's get on a call. I have the confidence to give you some advice and then close the sale.
That's awesome, man. I know I'm kind of the same. I'm like, oh, can I just get an email?
Yeah, can we just email, please? Because
Can I just get a message on chat? Is this gonna work? No, I know.
There's a reason I'm a writer. I don't. I like writing. I like typing. I don't like talking.
All right, I know. So I'm sure you're super loving me having you on video right now.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Sure.
All right. So. Tell me about what are things like now for you? I know you've got like this 3-day work week going on, but you obviously have transitioned from full-time, work week into that. So how did that happen? Like what were the numbers that you hit where you were like, oh, I can afford to do this now. I can afford to make this transition.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, I think for me, it was a lot about saving. So actually, I saved up a good bit of money so I could have a little bit of a cushion. And then even though I was struggling at first, what happened was after I redid my website as a writer website, I had been writing my own blog for about a year or so. And within about a month or so, I had 2 clients that actually came to me and wanted me to write for them, which was pretty cool. I mean, that was a high point because the CEO of one company actually read one of my posts and told his marketing people, we need to hire this guy because he's really good. So I was like, okay, that's awesome. And so they're paying me $500 per blog post, which is great. And I have 2 clients now. I also have a discovery call in about a week and a half with somebody who doesn't even have a blog yet, a local company. And so, I'm hoping that, I asked them if they're interested in having a blog when I first reached out, and they said, yes, I am. Let's have a call. So I'm hoping that I can, if I can close that could be very, very good. And I'm also building online training for a company. So that's nice because they're giving me some money up front, but they're also giving me royalties over time based on how many people watch my courses. So that'll give me some passive income as well coming up. So I think that's something where, with a couple of concrete clients that are long-term engagements, as well as a few really good prospects on the horizon that want to give me work and that I'm talking with, really gave me the confidence that, let's make the jump. And, I'm confident in a few months' time I could be, higher than what I was making at my company.
That's awesome. So you're at, you've got 3 clients now? Is that right?
Two clients at one's giving me $2,500 a month, and the other one's giving me $2,000 a month. And then I have one company that is going to be, I have a phone call with next week that's going to be giving me some work. They want 4 blog posts to start for the month of August. I have another one giving me a couple of trial posts in August that they want to start off with. And then another discovery call with a client that doesn't even have a blog yet that hopefully will want me to completely set up everything for them.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Oh, and then the one client also I forgot to mention is having me write a white paper for $2,500. So on top of the $2,500 a month, it's another $2,500 for the white paper.
Whoa.
So that's pretty fun.
I'm coming to Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Dinner, and I'm gonna give you the check.
Oh, there you go. I'll take that.
That's awesome, man. That's great. Now, when you started with one client. How long before the other ones kind of like curtailed on? Like how long before they all kind of joined on? Was there like a big like 2-month, 3-month gap, or was it all kind of quick once you got the one in?
So yeah, I had a content agency that I was writing for. That actually is, ended up turning into one of my mentors that's helping me out now even. And they were giving me work from about like December through June. So about, good 5-6 months worth of work. And a lot of the work that I was doing for them, I was cross-posting on my personal blog.
Mm-hmm.
And it was one of those blog posts that a CEO saw and came in and said, hey, we want to do it. And there was a little bit of time from the time where they reached out to me to the time where they finally signed the contract. There was some back and forth. But it was kind of funny. After they signed up and said, okay, here's your first payment, your first invoice. The week after that, my second client emailed me through my contact form on my website and said, hey, I want to hire you. I got on a call with him, and his situation is a little different. It's like a startup that it's just him right now and a couple of freelancers.
Mm-hmm.
So he was able just to say yes right on the discovery call, like, yes, I want you. Let's do this. So, within 2 weeks, I had 2 clients signing up for monthly retainers for my work. So it's
that's awesome.
Yep. And then one client is actually thinking, I actually kind of upsold him a little bit on some social media management work. Mm-hmm. And I told him I would try it out this month, and then next month we can start adding that as an add-on if he likes my results. So, I think it's a fun world because it's just like some of this stuff is new. I'm not a social media person at all. I don't really, but I'm kind of learning it, and learning is exciting to me. So I'm like, all right, fine. I'll dive in, I'll learn. And if it's valuable to a client, then I'm willing to do it. To hopefully grow the audience over time and to really eventually kind of be more of a partner than just a freelancer, right? Like I want them to look to me as Justin's the guy I can't live without.
Yeah.
That's what you want.
No, that's awesome. And the more you expand your skill set, the more invaluable you become. So you're just piecing it together. You're stepping up the ladder.
Mm-hmm. So right now I concentrate on blogging and content. I want to eventually get to copywriting and maybe even Facebook ads. We'll see how I feel about that. But I just kind of want to, I want the service to be building your audience. So I'm not kind of pigeonholing myself into only
right. No, that's a good plan. That's awesome. So tell me a little bit about, you've got, this client work coming up, you've got more client work coming up. Like, have you kind of set in your mind, like my 6-month goals, my 1-year goal, my 5-year goal, or you're all like just still in a whirlwind of trying to figure it all out and put it together right now?
Yeah, I think now it's probably more whirlwind until I get so basically I put together a couple of days ago, like my brand new service ladder for all this content. And it's, quite extensive. But once I have that together, I want to kind of see what do I know how to do now? What do I need to pick up on and learn?
Yeah.
I have kind of a monthly income goal that I want to eventually hit. I'm not there yet. Mm-hmm. But in terms of yearly, and I think that's something that I'm going to do, especially once my 1 week is over at my day job and I'm full-time freelancing. That's going to be kind of the housekeeping that I'm going to start doing. And thankfully my wife is an accountant, so I can I can I can have somebody to do my finances and help me out in that regard. So
that was smart. You married a smart lady.
Yeah.
Good idea.
Yes, definitely. And when it was time to talk taxes, she knew exactly what to do. So I was
man,
like, yay!
Lucky you. So are you pretty excited about, just your future now? And I mean, I know it's still kind of a whirlwind and you haven't planned anything out, but are you feeling pretty good about where it could go and things that could pop up for you in the future?
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, I think it is so like freeing, right? Like the whole future is kind of wide open. So I tend to be pretty like optimistic, head in the clouds kind of guy. So I'm looking at this as, this is the sky's the limit as the phrase goes. So I think with freelancing, the great thing is that you can control how much income you make. You can set up a goal. You can say, this is how many clients I can handle. Here's my income goal. But then over time, if you need some money, you can go get some more clients and get some more money. And if you need to scale back, you can scale back. And, just I think like once you taste that freedom that you get from being able to run your own business it's tough to pass up. So I'm very excited for what's coming down the pipe.
And I think the idea, like running your own business and not letting your business run you. I know when I was younger, my dad, he owned his own business. And I always kind of shied away from like the idea of entrepreneurship because I was like, nope. I don't want people calling me at 6 o'clock at night.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And through NPP, I was like, oh, I don't have to do that. I can have all the benefits and not have all this negative stuff.
Yes, definitely.
So what about when you were going through your superpower discovery, was there any one thing or like any kind of breakthrough or tactic that you could share with some of the folks to kind of tell them, okay, well, I was doing these and I was testing the superpowers. Was there like anything that you did that maybe helped you click to discover your superpower now?
I think the bottom line is you need to try and not be afraid to fail. Because that's kind of my story is, and I think I wrote a long post on the Facebook group that was kind of, here's my journey so far, and right now I'm on the upswing, but I think for a couple of months there it was rough going because I was trying stuff. I was trying lighthouses. I was trying Facebook ads. I was trying stuff out. It wasn't really work. Fast client getting workshop I was doing. Wasn't getting too many bites. And so you just kind of keep, the persistence is the key. And being able to change what you're doing and not be affected by that. So if you know that your end goal is you want to be a freelancer, you want to control your life, and if you start to see the signs that, okay, what I'm doing right now may not be working, maybe I should try something else, then go ahead and try that other thing. It's because the end goal is all that matters. And as long as you're doing something that you think you'll love and you're doing what you can to build your business around your life, I think don't be afraid to pivot every once in a while, to experiment, to try things out. It's when I found this writing superpower where I really was like, I like writing, I love doing this. And then when I kind of take a look deeper into what it will really take to accomplish this, I read, a bunch of content marketing books. I looked at Mike's new Happy Writer program. And all these things really told me, you know what? Yeah, I can do this. This is really fun. It's exciting. I want to do it. And even though before I was thinking about consulting and I kept reaching out to that end and it wasn't really going anywhere, I didn't let that get me down. I just completely changed. My website is completely different now than what it was before. And now I'm able to, instead of just blogging on the side, now blogging is my business. And I was able to completely redo my website and have a contact form and just have a much more cleaner, more professional look. And now I feel like, the number one takeaway is just don't be afraid to fail. because failing is how you learn. And if you can take learning experiences from those failures, it'll help you become a much better person, a much better freelancer, a better professional.
You were like the tech security little engine that could. That's awesome.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it was like down and then back up and down and then back up. So yeah,
Yeah, and I think that's super crucial though, because you know, I think everybody kind of goes through that a little bit. Some people, you know, they get their superpower right off and they just apply it and they're good to go. And for some other people, even people like me, it's more of a discovery process of up and down, up and down. But when you get it, like, it's good to go. So that's really cool. And just a side note for those watching the program too, the Fast Client Getting Workshop, which Justin mentioned, that is free and included with MPP. It is actually a side kind of extra training, but it is included with MPP. Happy Writer, however, is a separate program, and you can check that out on the MPP. I don't know. I'll have to find out for you guys. I think there's a separate website altogether for Happy Writer, but we'll get them to post it in the comments and the YouTube and stuff for you guys, for those of you who are interested. But for the No Pants Project, the Fast Client Getting Workshop is included with that for you. All right, Justin, parting words. What would you have to say to all the fabulous people who are watching your beautiful face today?
Oh, you think I'm beautiful?
Oh yeah.
My face is probably red because I'm like, you know, on camera and
It's okay to filter it.
My word of wisdom is view freelancing as a business and build it like a business. And only then can you realize that you don't need 20 or 30 or 50 clients hopping from project to project to survive. The mindset that I've learned from NPP is to build relationships, long-term relationships with your clients, help to serve them more and more over time. That's the way how to build a successful business where you can have 3, 4, 5, 6 clients, and that's all you need to survive, because those clients depend on you, and you put yourself out there to serve them, and that's the bottom line of how you be a successful freelancer.
That's awesome. Or what would you say to anybody who's thinking about MPP right now?
Go sign up right now. Just do it. I mean, you'll learn more about yourself than you think you will. You'll learn how to treat your freelancing career like a business. To really, you know, learn what a business looks like, to set up the systems of how to keep things going. The Facebook group is amazing, full of great coaches like yourself that that are dependable. Like you post something out there, and instantly somebody is there for you. You know, some coaches even, you know, direct message me on Facebook, you know, to help me out with stuff. So it's great. So I don't regret signing up for a second. You won't either.
I'm there with you, bud. I love it. I love it. I love hanging out in that group. Everybody's so nice. It's like one of the few Facebook groups where everybody's just nice. Like, where does that even come from?
Yeah, and I think everybody's pulling in the same direction, which is really good. Everyone's trying to help each other out. So.
I know. Justin, you've been awesome, and I really appreciate you taking the last, taking the last like half hour to hang out with me and to tell me a little bit about your story and what's going on with your life. And I'm super excited to keep watching you progress in the Facebook group and watching your website, you know, like as it evolves, and just watching everything that you're doing. And like my favorite part of being in that group is getting to celebrate everybody's wins. And it's so exciting. Like, I know you guys don't even see it, but when I post these little gifs of like dancing zebras or whatever, I'm like literally over here dancing in my seat. So I'm super excited for you. And man, you're doing awesome. You're doing it. You're doing it. And you got 1 week left on the JOB, and then you're flying free.
That's right. Yeah. Thanks for having me on here. And I'm humbled that you want to hear my story.
Most definitely. I love it. Well, I hope you have a terrific afternoon, and I'm going to hop over to the MPP group right now, so maybe I'll see you in there in a bit.
All right. Stay dry if it's storming over there.
Oh, man, South Carolina, every day.
All right. Thank you.
All right. See you, Justin.
See ya.